In 1958, the owner of the Ferrari 250 GT, an Italian tractor manufacturer named Ferruccio Lamborghini, approached Ferrari founder Enzo Ferrari and asked him for advice. 250 The GT is a good car, but it's noisy, has a poor interior, and has poor clutch quality. It's more suitable for a track car than a road car. When Enzo, who had always been arrogant, heard this, he thought to himself, "You are teaching me how to do things. You, a tractor builder, do you know what a sports car is?" Enzo's arrogance gave Ferrari a formidable competitor. The tractor manufacturer's full name is Ferruccio Lamborghini. Hello everyone, I am Fei Xiang. Today we are going to talk about people and events. Ferruccio was born in a rural area in northern Italy in 1916. His parents made a living by growing grapes. He has been interested in machinery since he was a child. As an adult, he studied mechanical engineering at the Technical College of Bologna. Due to the outbreak of World War II, he was unable to obtain a degree, so he was recruited by the Italian Air Force and worked as a mechanic at the Rhode Island base, maintaining military vehicles on the island. During the war, he accumulated rich experience in vehicle maintenance and had special research on engines. After the war, Ferruccio returned to Bologna and opened an auto repair shop. When he had nothing to do, he bought used cars and modified them to participate in road racing. Don't leave an old car sitting idle without being driven, because cars lose value quickly, losing tens of thousands in value in a year. If it were me, I would put it on Gwazi's second-hand car and sell it. For example, my previous Volkswagen Magotan, which had been in operation for 2 years, sold for more than 130,000 yuan. Gwazi uses a national buyer auction model. After the car is put on the platform, more than 20 buyers bid for it, which is much higher than the price of 1 or 2 offline stores. If you also have an old car sitting idle, just click on the comment section and find Gwazi to come to your home for free valuation. While renovating old cars, Ferruccio, who is a farmer, also likes to DIY tractors. To do this, he assembled a tractor called the Carioca from parts of old military vehicles. Italian gasoline engines are expensive, so Ferruccio installed a self-invented fuel atomizer on the engine. After starting with gasoline, he switched to cheap diesel, which is very cost-effective. At that time, Italy benefited from the Marshall Plan, its industry and agriculture were developing rapidly, and there was a strong demand for agricultural machinery. Ferruccio realized this, and in 1948, at the age of 32, he founded the tractor company named after his surname. Taking advantage of the opportunity provided by the authorities in the 1950s to subsidize farmers' purchases of agricultural machinery, Lamborghini tractors continued to prosper and became Italy's largest agricultural machinery manufacturer. The business also involved heating and air conditioning products, which were exported to many countries. However, its tractors are not cheap nowadays. It is said that the entry-level model costs more than $300,000. The prosperous Ferruccio has more time to pursue his hobby, playing cars. In the 1950s, he owned Alfa Romeo, Lancia, Mercedes-Benz, Jaguar, Maserati and many other sports cars, and drove them in different styles every week. As a car technology expert, Ferruccio is particularly picky and can find faults with every car. In 1958, he bought a classic Ferrari 250 GT and drove it, but he didn't think it was very good. The design of this car is first class, the styling is cool, and the engine is powerful. However, the interior is rough, the interior noise is loud, and the clutch quality is not good. It keeps breaking down and has to be repaired. The after-sales attitude is not good. As the saying goes, deep love brings deep responsibility, so Ferruccio paid a special visit to Ferrari founder Enzo Ferrari for advice, hoping to improve it. Enzo was 18 years older than Ferruccio. He had been famous in the racing and sports car circles for many years. He was always confident and arrogant, so how could he take this junior who built tractors seriously? The humiliation made Ferruccio furious. Boss Fei was not angry at this and decided to solve the clutch problem of the 250 GT himself. He also modified it to make its performance surpass his other sports cars. It seems that building a sports car is not that difficult, so Ferruccio decided to start grabbing Ferrari's cake. This story is half true and half false, and the two did have an unpleasant conversation, but what really made Ferruccio cross over from making tractors to making sports cars was mainly the ultra-high profits of sports cars. After some preparations, in May 1963, Automotive Lamborghini was established. Boss Fei led a group of talented engineers, including those poached from Ferrari with high salaries, to design the 60-degree V12 engine that is still in use today. The car logo Raging Bull comes from the fact that Ferruccio is a Taurus and he likes to watch bullfights in Spain. Each of the company's sports cars is named after a bull breed. The following year, Lamborghini's first mass-produced model, the 350 GT, was unveiled at the Geneva Motor Show and received rave reviews. This car obviously wants to overpower the Ferrari 250 GT. Although the sales volume of the 350 GT was not huge, it ensured the company's survival. What really made Lamborghini famous around the world and became a strong competitor to Ferrari was the Miura model released in 1966. This car was the first high-performance road sports car to adopt a rear mid-engine, rear-wheel drive layout. It was the fastest production car in the world at that time and defined the standard for performance-oriented sports cars. After its launch, more than 760 units were sold, and it is still a sacred car in the hearts of many car fans. Enzo Ferrari had to give it a thumbs up after seeing it. Lamborghini established its position in the sports car world and successively launched a number of classic models. But the moon waxes and wanes, and life has its ups and downs. In 1973, the Third Middle East War triggered an oil crisis, and skyrocketing oil prices impacted the global high-performance, large displacement automobile market. Ferruccio's company's performance dropped sharply. It's not that he couldn't survive, but he was a little disappointed with the automobile industry. After careful consideration, he decided to quit. The next year, Ferruccio, who was nearly 60 years old, sold all his shares in the tractor and sports car business named after his surname, retaining only some other businesses and living a semi-retirement life. He bought 4,500 acres of land in central Italy, built a golf course, grew grapes and made wine himself, hunted when he had nothing to do, and enjoyed family happiness. Who wouldn't want to live such a comfortable life? In 1993, Ferruccio died suddenly of a heart attack at the age of 76. His life can be described as "I deserve this life." The tractor and sports car company he founded is still in operation today. His name also plays an important role in the history of automobile development. That's all for today. Finally, I would like to say one more thing: if you have an old car, don't keep it, go to the Gwazi auction as soon as possible.